Welcome to design of structure. Last time we are discussing about types of load, types of support, types of structure, load transfer mechanism, footing, forces, types of forces, behavior of forces, etc. In this lecture we are going to study about the method of analysis and design. Here there is some analysis method in which one method is working stress method. Working stress method, a structure element is so designed that the stress resulting from the action of service load as computed by linear elastic theory does not exceed a pre-assigned allowable stress, which is kept as soon fraction of the ultimate stress to avail margin of the safety. The salient feature of the method is as divided into some parts. One part is the working stress method is logically not applicable to the concrete, all because of the working stress method assumes that the material of which the structure is made up, namely concrete and steel body, obey Hooke's law. The applicability of the Hooke's law or the linear stress strain relationship is rather limited in respect of concrete structure, though so it is not preferable during the construction while mixing concrete and steel material. Second portion is due to non-linear stress strain relationship, modulus of elasticity also varies. Therefore, constant value of modular ratio can't be used. So here the second part is also not applicable for the working stress method, as the stress strain relationship of concrete is non-linear. The modulus of elasticity and hence modular ratio of concrete not constant, while in the working stress method most of the design equations are divided using constant value of the modulus ratio. This definitely erroneous, means there is a lots of chances of error while designing and analysis of the structure. Third point is it does not predict true margin of safety, means for different element of structural work there is different margin. No fixation of margin are there for particular loading condition and the element. Additional load carrying capacity in the plastic region is not taken into account. The method assumes the linear elastic behavior not only the material and the member but also the structure as whole ignore its inelastic behavior, and hence the redistribution of force moment occurring along the length of the structure as a result of member undergo plastic deformation at certain critical section. The additional strength or load carrying capacity of the structure due to this phenomenon of redistribution of moment also therefore remains on account for redistribution of moment. The design of structure using this method therefore provide to be uneconomical. 5 point is it consists ultimate stress as the limit of safety, but safety is a function of ultimate strain and not ultimate stress. It is safe to design in strain but not in stress. The sixth topic is since the structure is subjected to load, then load should form the failure criteria and not the stress. The primary function of the structure is to carry load safely. It is therefore logical to use the method based on load causing failure, hence the safety of the structure can be truly related to the ultimate load causing failure of structure and not to ultimate stress at a point in a material, as we discussed in fifth point. Factor of safety does not predict true margin of safety. As same as point 2, there is no safety factor are assumed to be designing the structure. The effect of creep and shrinkage of concrete is totally ignored. In previous semester subject concrete technology, we are study about creeping and shrinkage of concrete. There is a big problem of creeping and shrinkage of concrete, and the main problem is ignored in this method, so it is uneconomical and unsafe for concrete structure. 9 point is failure load computed by this method is majority of the cases is less than that obtained by experimental result at collapse. Point 10, it is a simple and reasonable reliable method, but safety is less. The only point in favor of this method is that it is a well established method having a long standing over 50 years, and that the method is simple in application and reasonable reliable even though it is not realistic and lack rationality. The next method is ultimate load method. Ultimate load method, also known as ULM, and it is another method for analysis and design of any structure. In this method, the structure element is proportionate to withstand the ultimate load, which is obtained by enhancing the service load by some factor reference factor referred to as load factor for giving a desired margin of safety. The salient feature include its relative merits and demerits are as follow. The stress block parameter are defined by the actual stress strain curve. The calculated failure load matches with the experimental result. It utilizes the reserve strength in plastic region. It takes ultimate strain as a failure criteria. The load causing collapse is taken as the limit of safety. The method allows selection of different load factor. The definition of the method are essentially as follow. But before we are define the method, we are discuss some points. The stress block parameter are definitely by actual stress strain curve. It is the stress strain curve generated by doing experiment on concrete cement reinforced cement concrete and any elements. To calculate failure load matches with the experimental result and then apply to the actual world. It is usually the reserve strain in plastic region. This method is also used, but it is not that much safe for structural design, but it is more utilized than the working stress method. Let us focus on the demerits of the method is totally neglect the serviceability criteria of deflection and cracking. The use of high strength deformation bar affects in increase of deflection and crack with the effect on deflection due to creep and shrinkage is neglected. In working stress method, there is only one merit and 9 demerits. In this case, there is a three demerits and 6 merits. So it is a more useful than the working stress method. Now talk about limit state method. Limit state method is generally known as LSM, and this method is very useful to these days for designing and analysis of any structure. The discussion of the earlier two methods clearly show that the working stress method through ensure satisfactory performance at working load is unrealistic and irrational at ultimate state, and hence does not give true margin of safety, while the ultimate load method through provides realistic assessment of degree of safety in con- conformity with the actual behavior of the structure at or near the ultimate state. It does not guarantee the safety performance of structure at service load. The limit state method ensures the safety at ultimate load and serviceability at working load, rendering the structure fit for its intended use. Thus, it's considered that the fitness of the structure to perform its function satisfactorily during its service life span. So, it is said that limit state method is more useful and more easy than the other two methods. Let's talk about the feature of the limit state method. It consider the actual behavior of structure during the entire load history up to collapse. It adopts the concept of fitness of structure to serve the desired function during the service life and define the limit state of fineness at the limit state. It attempts to define quantitatively the margin of safety or fitness or some scientific mathematical foundations rather than on ad hoc basis of experience and judgment. The mathematical basis is derived from classical reliability theory and statistical probability. It is fit and very easy analysis design method for any structure. For in this method we are design a structure for starting life as same as end life. In short, the design of the structure are safe for entire life of the structure. The method adopted the idea of probability of structure becoming unfit and attempt to achieve the minimum acceptable probability of failure. The method is based on statistically problematic principles. Now, types of classification of limit state. After studying these three methods, mostly designers use limit state method as designing and analysis of the structure. Now, types and classification of limit state. Limit state method is mainly classified into two stages. One, limit state of collapse, and other one is limit state of serviceability. The both is very important for entire life of any structure and to maintain its strength and serviceability criteria for lifetime. First, limit state of collapse. Ultimate limit state. It is the limit state on attainment of which the structure is likely to be collapsed. It is related to stability and ultimate strength of the structure. Designed to this limit state ensure safety of structure from collapse. Limit state of collapse gives insurance of not to be collapsed for lifetime of the structure. The structural failure can be any of the following type: collapse of one or more member occurring as a result of force coming on the member exceeding its strength. In this case, when a building is completely ready for uh, loading and all the purpose for which it is designed, and somehow from particular member of the building are overloaded or any damages, that case it's possibility of collapse of the structure. But sorry second part, displacement of the structure bodily due to lack of equilibrium between the external forces and the resisting reaction, failure breakage, and hence division into segment of one or more member of the structure either due to material failure or structure as a whole, or an account of formation of mechanism by development of plastic hinge at one or more critical section. Buckling, sliding, overturning, sinkage, these are the main causes of failure of collapse. The limit state is attained to by providing resistance greater than the force coming on it and keeping margin of safety through safety factor. IS code provides some safety factors as for concrete structure and also for steel structure. That factor of safety and safety factor are very necessary to design criteria to become a structure not to be fail and not to be collapsed by mistaken of sliding, overturning, material loss, bad working, etc. The second point is limit state of serviceability. Limit state of serviceability related to performance or behavior of structure at working load and are based on causes affecting serviceability of the structure. They are mainly subdivided into following category. First, limit state of deflection, limit state of cracking, and other limit state. Limit state of deflection. Designed to this limit state safeguard the serviceability of the structure from adverse effect of excessive loading and deflection. Excessive deflection creates feeling of lack of safety. It affects geometry and shape and hence the appearance of the structure. It leads to misligament of service sensitive machinery and hence affects smooth functioning and performance and increase wear and tear the machinery and thereby reduce its life. It leads to deformation of door and window frame and hence affecting fitting of shutters. It leads to objectionable crack in wall, ceiling, finishing, floor, roof, slab, cracking, leakage problem in roof slab which retain water. It creates problem of poor drainage and pounding of roof. Limit state of cracking. Limit state of cracking designed to the limit state safeguard the serviceability of the structure against damage due to excessive cracking. Attainment of this limit state has the following adverse effect. It marks the appearance of exposed surface It creates a feeling of lack of safety when present in large proportion in wall and beam. And we are know that the nowadays, sorry, for every structure it is essential that there is no crack in this structure, and most structure engineer or contractor or any engineer are take care of this. It reduce the impervious creating leakage problem in roof, tank, wall, floors, render. It leads to corrosion of steel and hence reduction in strength and durability of the structure. It reduces stiffness of the member and hence increase deflection. It creates lot of maintenance problem. In next lecture we are discussing other limited problems and the start with limited method of analysis.